What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here with your daily Bitcoin and Litecoin update. I am going to show you why I still believe there's time to hit 46,000 by the end of the year. We're going to take a look at that in the beginning, and then towards the end of the video, we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin daily versus gold weekly chart, which we've been following here since January this year. So definitely stick around to the end, but I am going to show you why I believe we'll hit 46,000 by the end of the year. Also, we're going to look at both long-term and short-term price action in Bitcoin and Litecoin, so you'll want to see that. Don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Best crypto community in crypto, bar none. Check it out. It's totally free. Great group of people. Also, there is some affiliate links down below that if you use them, really helps the channel out. It helps me keep this content free. So definitely check those out. There's some exchange links that offer bonuses. Also, some ways to get some free crypto and whatnot. So let's get into the charts and see what's going on. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research. This market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Do not put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here, you haven't already, hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. That will get you subscribed to the channel. And then if you tick the notification bell, that'll get you notified whenever I post new videos. I do post new videos and updates every single day. I also do live streams once in a while, so that will notify you when I do them. Another thing, guys, really helps the channel out if you stop for a second, hit that thumbs up, leave your comments, let me know what you think, and here we go. So looking at Bitcoin on the weekly, a lot of people are saying we do not have time to hit the 46,000. Well, I'm going to show you why we do have plenty of time and how we can do it. So if we look back here in September of 2017, I had this bull flag in here. We had a measured move of the flagpole, the breakout. That got us up to the right around the $8,000 range, and that was in November 2017. That was a 96% gain from September to November. And then November, we had another breakout that brought us to the $20,000 range. From November to December, it was about 3.5 weeks. And that was 146%, guys. 146%. Now keep that in mind, and we're going to look over at what's going on now. Remember, the first move from September was 96%. We have a measured move off this bull flag up to the $20,000 to $20,800 range, and that's an 85% gain. And if we hit that by November, we have room for it would be 121% gain, which from November to December over here was 146. This would only be 121 to hit 46,000 by the end of this year. Definitely think it's possible, guys. I'll also show you some other reasons why I believe we may be breaking out this week. So looking at, let's take a look at the weekly RSI, and I have this falling wedge drawn in here. As you can see, we are touching the top of it now. It is possible today that we break out of this, but not necessary. We could stop right here. We could have a little bit more down action the beginning of next week and then a breakout. But I do believe within the next week we're going to see a breakout of this, and it's going to affect the price big time. So let's take a look at one more thing I want to show you on the long term. Now, people are saying we're comparing the 2016 or the 2018 bear market to what's going on now, saying descending triangle, whatever. I do not believe that. Also, people were trying to compare it to this bear market here and compare this, saying it's still a bear market. Well, it doesn't. That's not how the cycle works. It doesn't work one after another like that. Where the cycle started was over here in 2011. And I do believe if you look at these peaks, this is the first peak here, which this is the first peak of this cycle here. And you can see the second peak right here that I have circled. Let me zoom in so you can see it. Right here, I believe that's where we're at in this cycle right here. And if you can see, the peak on the third one right here was a little bit higher. Peak on the third one here, that gets us up to the 46,000, and that is around December of this year. And then we have a small correction and go up to number 4 just like this, and that would be around the end of 2020. That's not the end of this bull cycle, guys. This would be the end of the bull cycle, just like the huge top off in 13, the 5th one here. And I believe that'll be here. You know, that could be anywhere from 300,000 to $1 million. Who knows? But that is at the end of 2021, guys. I really think this is extremely possible. As many people are bearish right now and whatnot, this is the big picture. This is what we should be focusing on. So let's go into the daily chart now. And we'll take a look at what's going on here and take a look at some measured moves. That was our big bull flag measured move. Now let's look at a couple more. So this one here at the, let me get these off of here. I don't want these in the daily. We'll take a look at these in the 4 hour. Let me get that out of there. Sorry about that. All right. So this first measured move here is just a measured move of the falling channel, which I believe to be a bull flag. And that gets us up to around the $15,000 range if we break out within the next couple days. And that doesn't mean we go straight up there in the next couple of days, guys. That, you know, there's going to be some resistance along the way, but that is the target of the measured move there. The next target is the $17,000 range, and that is measuring this as the flag pull, this being the bull flag. And that gets us up to that 17,400 range. So, and again, it doesn't mean it's one big green candle straight up, guys. That's not how the market works. But I do believe when we break this bull flag, the top of it, this will happen pretty quickly. So just know that when this breaks, guys, we'll probably come back down, test it for support, and be off to the races. Do also keep in mind the bearish case scenario. We could go down as low as 7,000. I definitely don't see that happening. I know a lot of people are looking at this as a descending triangle. I'm not. There is a possibility that we come down to the $8,900 range, and people will think that, you know, that could be a bear trap. People will think that triangle broke through the bottom and then get a huge shoot up from there. But as of now, this is what I'm looking at as our midterm targets. Now let's go into the RSI. See what's going on here. As you can see, I had this falling wedge drawn in here, and we came down, almost tested it for support, but not quite. So we could have another move down to test this for support. Now that doesn't mean we can't go straight up from here, but it is a possibility to come down here. So let's look at that in the price action. Let's go into the 4 hour first. That'll give us a better look at what's going on. I'm sorry if my mic was too far away. Hopefully that didn't screw it up. But anyway, we had this rising broadening wedge that we broke out of here. Also was looking at this as a falling channel. Broke out of that, came back down, tested it for support, got support. Now we're looking to possibly come down and test the top of this channel. Let me stretch it out for support again. If we do get support, I think we'll be getting that big move up within, you know, today to the next couple days anyway, to get a break of this falling wedge. Bearish case, we come back down here to test the bottom of this falling broadening wedge, which is in the yellow, before getting our bounce up. So let's take a look at that in the price action and see what's going on with that. All right, so looking at it in the price action, I have a few things drawn here, and we're going to take a few measured moves, and I'm going to show you why I come up with these targets. The first one here is if we break out within the next, you know, day. Actually, this would be if we broke out today to overnight maybe, and that would be a measured move of this falling wedge in the solid white lines here. Take the measured move, and if we were to break out up here, that gets us around the 11.2 range. I am going to put target in there. There we go. The next target would be the same measured move if we waited a few days to break out. That would get us up to the top of this $11,000 range again, which has been resistance from all the way back here. And I know some people are looking at this as a inverse head and shoulders, which is quite possible. But yeah, the measured move off of that, we'll take a quick look at it real quick, because I know a lot of people are looking at it. But let's just see what it would be if we broke out over here. That would be about the 12,000. Actually, I already had a measured move in there. That'd be about 12,500, and that would be looking at this, draw it out as a inverse head and shoulders with the neckline being 11,000. And that would mean we probably could go lower, and I have targets there we're going to look at. Oops. This drawing tool sucks. Anyways, all right, guys. Now looking at this right here where we had this drop from the breakout and to where we're dropping now, that would be a target of 99.22. That's where we could possibly be heading. And we would probably get there within probably by tomorrow if we are going down to that level. If you see these yellow dotted lines, this is a rising broadening wedge I had in here that we broke down back down into this falling wedge. So that is my possibility there, and that's where I come up with the next couple days. If we break up out of this wedge, I'm say, what day would this be? Tuesday. That would get us, you know, our target would be the $10,000 range, and then after that would be a break of the bull flag, which also would be a break of the inverse head and shoulders, if that's what that is, guys. But I do see possibly more downward action here, other than if we look at the RSI again. If we get a bounce off of this and get the support here and then continue up, that is going to be around the EMAs right here, around 10,350 range, and then that would be, you know, a break of this triangle, which would go to the 11.2 target. I hope this isn't too confusing, guys, but I like to try to cover it all so you guys understand what's going on. Now, the next measured move is these white dotted lines in this rising wedge that we broke out of, and a measured move, the widest point of the wedge to where we broke out right here. That gets us to the 10,070 range right in there, and that's another possibility here. If we break this 350 range, we're most likely coming down to the 10,075. If we break that, looking at 99.20 area and a big bounce from there, but I don't think we're going to go lower than that 99.20. And again, it's very possible that we break up straight from here, guys. So, you know, we could see this move today. It's very possible. If not, I do believe we are going to see a breakout next week. That's my opinion, guys. Do your own due diligence, but that's what I'm looking at. Now, Litecoin. Over here, this was September 2017. It had a 64% drop after a big rise here. We're doing the same thing again, guys. Everybody called for Litecoin being dead over here, and then look, boom. Look what happened after that. I do believe that's what's coming now. So all you people, you know, saying Litecoin's dead, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe so. I do believe we are going to get some huge upward momentum soon. Now let's look at the daily. And we're going to take a look at the longer term. So I am still looking at this as a big cup and a handle here, and a break of the handle, which would be the neckline of 146. The measured move off of that is the $270 range. Let's go into the RSI, see what's going on here. So in the RSI, you know, we've been watching this falling channel that we fell out of the rising channel here. And we've drawn in this falling broadening wedge. Let me zoom in so you guys can see it. And we've broke out of that falling wedge. Our next target would be up in this range. We could come back down and test this top of this falling wedge again. But as you can see, we had a falling wedge in here that we popped up out of, and that got us out of the bigger falling wedge here, which, like I said, we could come back down and retest for support. But let's go into the 4 hour and see what's going on here. So in the 4 hour, we had been watching this long-term falling channel since way back in March is when this channel started. We had a bunch of falling channels in here, which we broke out of into another falling channel. We've broken out of this one and came back in. I do consider these bear traps, guys. We'll look at that in the price action also. But I am looking for a break of this line, and that will be a huge move up, in my opinion. And I think it will go right along with Bitcoin. So let's take a look at where we're at right here. All right, so what I've been watching here, let me get this out of here. This is something else I was looking at, but get that off of there. All right, so where we're at right now, we broke out of this rising channel and we seem to be getting support on it here. The measured move of the breakout of that rising channel, guys, is the width of the channel. Up to here is around the 81 to 81.65 range. That is the measured move off that, which will ultimately get us out of this falling broadening wedge that you see in the yellow. And we'll take a look at the break of that too. But depending on when we get up here, I'm looking for some resistance around the $75, $76 range, which will be in line with the 200 EMA also. But that would be the break of this bigger falling broadening wedge. And the measured move off that, guys, is pretty amazing. That would be measuring the width of the falling wedge to where it breaks out. And if we're to break out in that range, that gives us a target of around $172. Right in that range. So, and again, guys, that doesn't mean we shoot straight up. We'll hit each one of these resistance and climb up, you know, eventually. It's not going to be crazy fast. Now let's look at, the bearish case scenario. So the bearish case scenario is, do have this support line drawn off of these wicks here. Put it up a little bit. If we were to come back down, 63, around the 63.50 would be my support target. I do believe we would get support there if we're to come back down. I'm not saying necessarily we have to, but if that was the break, next support is the 61.40. If that was the break, 54.45 and 47 would be the ultimate bottom there. But again, guys, until this 63.50 was broke, I would not be worried about it. I do believe we're going to continue up to these targets here, the 75 and the 81, and then ultimately all the way up to our higher targets. Now let's take a look at the Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart. This is the Bitcoin daily chart, guys. I believe in a pattern is a pattern. And one more thing I want to point out. Everybody that is bearish now is the same people that was bearish right here when we were around the $3,100 range, and they missed this big move. They're pissed off now. They want a lower low again, just like they did back here, waiting for stupid lows that are probably never going to come, and they're going to miss out again, and they are going to be FOMOing in, pushing this like never before. So that's how FOMO works, guys, and that's what happened here in gold. And if I'm switch back and forth, you can see the resemblance. I believe a pattern is a pattern. And this is what we're looking at, guys, and this is what's happening. I do believe, just like here, Bitcoin had 2 touches on the bottom before the breakout. Now a consolidation area before the bigger move up. Just like gold had 2 touches on this bottom support line before the breakout, a consolidation area, and straight. You see what happened. One more thing that I haven't looked at in a little while is the RSI. Another thing we've been watching since January with this. We'll look at the weekly. And over here in the weekly, we have these 2 trend lines drawn here. This is the 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. We had 2 touches of resistance on this trend line before starting the next bull market. 2017 bull market followed by the bear market. 2 touches of resistance before breaking through, starting this parabolic bull market. Let's look at the monthly. Looking at the monthly, I have the 2 arcs drawn in here, guys. As you can see, 2013 bull run followed by the bear market. Each arrow representing a new low in the RSI. There was 4 of them before starting the next bull market. 2017 bull market followed by the bear market. 4 arrows, each representing a new low in the RSI. And now we are in the next bull market. I do believe we are in a parabolic bull market, guys, still, even with the consolidation going on. I think this is a very powerful bull run, and I think it's going to be an amazing year and a couple years to come possibly. So if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash those likes. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. I love reading your guys' comments. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow.